Today we're talking about how to manage millennials. It's one of the hottest topics today in projects. As a matter of fact, due to numerous requests, I recently hosted a webinar, and what I want to do is share with you some of the results just to set the stage for what we're talking about today. So in this webinar, I hosted 2 sessions. Each session or each group had approximately about 1,000 members in attendance. And when we started, I asked 2 questions. The first question, I wanted to know, do you have millennials on the team? So in the first group, they had 73% had millennials on the team, and the second group had 86% millennials on the team. And of that, I thought it was very interesting because I asked, if you are a millennial, what's your role on the project? So I wanted to know, are you the project manager or are you the team member? And I was shocked to learn that the majority of the millennials on the projects were actually the project manager. But what I want to do today is I want to focus on those of you who are project managers. You do have millennials on your team and you're managing the millennials as team members. And here's why. Because there are several challenges that are existing today due to different generations. And I want to just talk a little bit about the research and why that is. So the 2 distinguishing generations that are in focus are the boomers and the millennials, because the boomers are actually retiring out of the workforce and the millennials are now dominating the workforce. And so let's talk about a few of the myths that you may hear about the millennials. And I want to remind you that a myth is not true. So we oftentimes hear that millennials are lazy, that they don't want to do any work, that they're disconnected, they don't really want to work with teams, they're unreliable and they don't want to stay in your project or in your company, and they're entitled. So I personally am not experiencing that. And the more project managers and groups and organizations that I talk with one-off, we're just not finding that. Here's what we're finding, that millennials are seeking these things. They're really seeking community. They like to be with people. They like to work on different projects together. They do like relationships. They just build them a little differently than we do. And many times right now, it's through electronic devices. And they do enjoy collaborating. They like to contribute and be a part of something and be in service to. And they really enjoy working remotely. It's part of their work ethic and work style to do a lot by using a phone or a tablet or a computer. What's not working about how people are managing millennials today happens to be that they're so focused on these labels. I mean, I remember coming into the workforce right out of college and I had labels on me as well. Actually, some of the same ones were being placed on the people like myself coming into. And I submit, it probably happens to every generation. So if we can get beyond the labels, that helps. Another one that's not working is putting millennials into unfulfilled roles. It's like right now, people don't take the time to find out even what their skill sets or interests are. So they're putting them in roles that they're not qualified for and they're really not interested in. And there's no expectations being set. They're kind of like on, people are working, trying to get so much done in so little time, people aren't sitting with them to set expectations. It's kind of like you're on your own when you come in. And no support. They're finding they're in these roles, they're performing these job functions, but no one there to provide training or even any support and guidance along the way. And then they just don't see a shared vision. They really don't know, why are we doing this and how do I fit in? So here's what I'm finding that works. It's 3 things. Number 1, take interest. Ask questions about them. Find out, what are your strengths? What are your interests? What are you passionate about? What do you like doing? And then align that to the open roles that you have. Then the vision. Create or cast a common vision, not only for them, but your entire team. Let them know what your project is and why it's so important and what it means. Then let the millennials, and I submit your other team members, know how they fit in. Let them know why they're so important and how they contribute. And then lastly is become their champion. really set them up for success. I mean, face it, the other generations are going out and these are becoming the dominant workforce, so why not set them up for success? Set expectations, let them know and guide them along the way. Provide the training and support that they need to fuel their growth. And then coach, mentor, and advise them. And I would also suggest that you add other mentors, advisors, and coaches as well. It doesn't have to be just you. And then I allow people to mentor up. I mentor them, but I learn so much more, and they get so excited when they're actually sharing. They like to share and give feedback and input. And then let them collaborate on the project and actually contribute ideas. I always see it generates interest and other synergies among the team. And then provide community. Provide community and other people that they can get involved with. And then lastly, I believe more importantly is believe in them. So if you need a tool to help you manage the millennials on your team, then sign up for our software now at projectmanager.com.